Welcome to r/EntitledPeople. Enjoy the stories and remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you enjoy. Now, let's get started. Worst Karen I've ever seen caused a blow-up for the ages because I wouldn't give her son a black belt on his first day of karate. So here's the background. I teach Kenpo karate as a second-degree black belt. I also have an assistant, Kiera, a first-degree black belt in her own right. I don't own the gym, my instructor does. But since he's gotten older, me and Kiera handle the younger classes, while he handles the business side of things plus adult classes. We have 3 classes. Kids, who are age 5 to 10, intermediate, 11 to 15, and adult classes, ages 16 and up. So, kids' classes just ended when a woman walks in with her son. She says her 13-year-old son wants to take karate lessons. So I shake hands with her and have her sit down with my instructor to fill out waivers and get him his gi measurements. Other students file in for the intermediate class, and me and Kara get down to business. I take the bulk of the class, around 15 kids, while Kiera goes with the new student one-on-one to teach him basic strikes and stances. Not 5 minutes later, I hear Kiera upset, telling the new boy to do 10 push-ups. Why? He called Kiera, who's essentially a volunteer, in not-so-nice words, a female dog. Karen, the mother, stands up and says her son can't do push-ups, as her son doesn't want to be sore. So Kiera lets him do the push-ups on his knees, but not 5 minutes later, she makes him do 20 more, since she's now called her a naughty worker. For reference, Kiera is in her early 20s and the boy is 13. Not to mention there's other parents and kids here as well. It's wholly inappropriate. So I walk over and ask Kiera to switch with me. As she does, she gives me the bug eyes and mouths, "What the frick?" So I walk over and ask the boy why he insulted my assistant, Kiera. He says he doesn't like girls. When I ask him what he meant, he says he only listens to his dad or other boys. He won't listen to me at all. He needs some discipline, the mother confirms to me, chuckling, as if raising a monster is something to laugh about. "When do I get a black belt like you have?" the boy asks me. Mind you, he's been punching the air the entire time. This boy is aggressively hyper. Well, it takes quite a while. I've been training since I was 5, and I earned my black belt at 21. So it took me a while, I say. "Nah, I don't want to wait that long. I want mine now," he says, his chubby face now red and sweaty from the shadow boxing. The mother motions me over and whispers in my ear, "Do you think you could give him one, just to make him happy?" "Nah, sorry, he has to earn one. We aren't a belt factory." "Well, he never gets told no." "I'm sorry, but that's how we do things here." "I have money. I can pay you extra." "No, sorry, we only give belts when they're earned." After several minutes of arguing and conversation that leads nowhere, the Karen snaps at me. "I paid you. Give my son a black belt." She stands up and points a finger in my face. It was so sudden I reflexively take a step back. "Hey, chill out, lady," some of the others' parents chimes in. Before I can reply to Karen, I hear a loud commotion behind me. I hear more parents and students shouting. I turn and see a new boy smacking and hitting a girl in the class. Kiera is shouting, "Hey, stop." However, this girl that the new boy is hitting is a purple belt and a little badass of her own. She loads a front kick and hits the brat boy center mass right in his flappy stomach. He shouts and doubles over, crying tears of pain, and I was freaking proud of her. "Hey, that little female dog hurt my son." Karen runs past me onto the mat and gets in the face of the 14-year-old girl her son just attacked. This girl is already scared and starts to cry, but Karen ups the ante and shoves the girl in the chest with her hand. Kiera gets between them and is red-faced and enraged. I immediately rush over and try to defuse the situation, but neither of them are having it. Parents stand up shouting, "Keep your hands off my daughter!" The girl's father, who is with the other parents, yells at Karen. He starts approaching aggressively, but backs off once he realizes me and Kiera, both black belts, are by her. Now you should know something about Kiera. She's under 5 foot, less than 110 pounds, soaking wet. But she can still kick my ass up and down the mat on any given day. She's fast, accurate, and insanely flexible. She can control her body and perform techniques that I just simply can't. So Kiera and Karen get into a shouting match with each other. I tell Karen to leave with your kid and don't come back. Don't lay a hand on any of my students. Do you understand? I raised my voice and was genuinely pissed off.
"Frick you! My son needs a black belt and you won't give him one!"
she screams at me. Your son is crazy. He attacked our students. Kiera interjects, but this set Karen off as she reaches and tries to slap Kiera in the face. Oh, big mistake. Having had enough, Kiera parries the smack and fires an absolutely vicious leg kick right into the meat of Karen's inner thigh with nothing held back. The slap sound of Kiera's shin bone decimating Kara's thigh echoed off the ceiling like a slab of meat getting thrown on the floor. It was glorious. Karen gasped as she fell onto the mat in a heap. Oh my God! She held her leg as her brat boy got up and rushed at Kiera. I got in front of her and grabbed the boy's wildly swinging arms. He hit me a few times, but I refused to hit children whatsoever. I let him tire himself out. One of the parents called the police. After interviewing everyone involved, they determined that Kiera and myself acted in self-defense. Neither of us wanted to pursue assault charges against Karen, but the parents of the girl Karen shoved rightly felt differently about it. So Karen was hauled away in handcuffs. Karen said she'd sue me and Kiera in civil court, but since we have legal waivers, here's hoping nothing comes of that. As for the boy, I honestly feel bad. His childhood has been robbed by piss-poor parenting, and I wish we could have had more time to straighten him out. I have particular dislike for his views of women, and I feel like I really could have helped him turn him around. Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, that was my experience tonight. I hope you will enjoy reading it more than I did going through it. Entitled Father Destroys Company Property Because He Can't Get a Straw. So about a year ago, I ended up changing jobs to move into a higher position. I went from team leader at my old place to a supervisor at my new one. And so far it's been much better with very few difficult encounters. Until recently. In our shop near the front door we have a Tango Ice Blast slushy machine, and we keep our cups for said machine behind the till. It's normally pretty popular on the hot days, and they can still sell quite fast, but we tend to keep the cups and lids stocked up pretty well. The straws, however, are a different matter, thanks to the other drink machine being right next to the Ice Blast machine, and both requiring straws. We just keep them in a box between the two. However, a lot of people will take multiple straws when they buy one drink, so we run out pretty fast. This is going somewhere, I promise. A customer, hereby named Ed, came in today with his daughter and did his shopping, and asked for a few times where the cups were for the Tango machine. We explained they were behind the counter, and you can pay for them before you make the slushie. Eventually, he comes to the till and pays for a regular cup, hands it to his daughter, and she runs off to pour the drink while he packs his shopping. He walks to meet her, and we eventually see him begin opening the drawers and doors on the front of the machine, where the gas canister and flavor syrup is kept. We tell him to leave them alone, and he just screams back, "You've no freaking straws!" I notice that he's right and ask one of the staff on the shop floor to run upstairs and get another box. She does, but right away we see entitled Dad getting impatient. "Where the frick are my straws? I've gotta get my daughter to swimming." I tell him it'll be just a moment, as my colleague has gone to get some. I begin serving the next customer and therefore don't notice the entitled Dad open the drawers, grab one of the syrup holders, basically big boxes full of thick runny syrup, and attach the hose with a special connector, and he yanks it out of the machine. This caused the plastic connector that was attached to the box to rip off and made syrup go everywhere. He, his daughter, and the machines were all covered. He screams at us, asking how we could be so stupid to keep the sticky stuff in a box, and explains that he was looking for the straws. I don't get to say anything before he grabs his kid, gives us the finger, and storms off without his straw. Took like an hour and a half to clean it all up. My shoes are sticky and we still can't use the machine since the connector is broke. Huge loss of profit for us. It really was popular time of year, thanks to the heat. I got into an accident and she doesn't even care. Hey, so this happened today and I figured I'd share. It's been making me sad. I was on my break at work, went across the street to get McDonald's for lunch. I'm in New York City, a very busy place in the area I work in. I prefer to use crosswalks at all times and always look both ways before walking, 'cause the traffic there is insane. However, today, the path to the crosswalk was covered by 2 trucks, so I had to cross more to the side. It was my turn to cross, so I decided to step out and cross. Before I got the chance to even look to my left, I was immediately struck by someone on an electric bike doing food delivery service. It made me fall on my side really hard. I didn't drop my coffee at least, and I was in extreme shock. This was at 12 p.m. Found out I had a concussion while at the ER around 7 p.m. because of an odd sequence of events. I didn't tell my mom until 4, and she also thinks it happens at like 2 to 3 p.m. I held it from her because she had an interview for graduate school, and I know how uneasy she can get when I'm injured at the hospital. At least I thought I knew that. While at the ER, I didn't hear a peep from her. No checking in, no asking what they're saying, not even a response when I told her I was out. My little brother was the only one concerned. I get home, she doesn't even talk to me. I'm lucky if I only get a slight concussion and minor bruising. She didn't even ask if I was okay. I then see the clean laundry thrown on my bed for me to sort. It was a mixture of all our laundry. She proceeds to tell me about her day, her interview, and what she has to do next for them. She also made sure to insult the school a few times after stating she was shocked that acceptance wasn't guaranteed. And then the best part came. She told me she was mad at me for wanting to tell her the accident happened. The truth is, aside from not wanting to get her worried before the interview, I was afraid of her being mad at me for getting into an accident in the first place. I hope that fear expresses how awful she is as a mom to make me think that. For the rest of the night, she went on and on about how tired she was, how sore she was. Her ankle snapped in winter 2021. It's healed, but I get it's not a linear process. However, it's strange how her ankle was suddenly hurting her so intensely today. She wouldn't shut up about it. She was even off from work today, which made it more insane. that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below with your thoughts, and check out my links in the description below. Hey, maybe even check out my gaming channel. I play roguelike games there. I hope you enjoy. Now, I will see you all next time. Hasta la pasta.